Okay, this is video number 3 for the test on Wednesday, Yibet Mrchashvan. We're starting at the top of Nunvav Amud Aleph. Case number 2. Amar Mark, going back to what Rabbi Yeshua said, that if I go ahead and I take a kama and I put it closer to the fire, I take a bale, put it closer to the fire, and it gets consumed, Hey, tell me, what's going on up here? What was the case? I placed it in a location. Now that the fire with regular wind is going to reach it, so by moving it, I put it very much that it's going to get consumed by the fire. I should be chayav also dinei adam. It's as if I threw it into the fire. So it must be the cases where I placed it from place A to place B. Now in place B, the fire only got there because it was an unusual wind. So I never should have moved it from place A to place B. It's an unusual wind, so therefore I'm not going to be chayav b'dinei adam, but yet b'dinei shamayim, I'm going to have to pay the guy to compensate him. For Rav Ashi, this case is very different. Now, what did I do? So we said that Reuven lights a fire in his backyard, doesn't take care of it. It started to spread, so it's Shimon's backyard. Levi sees that it's spreading, and in an effort to save the whatever it is in Shimon's backyard from getting consumed, he goes ahead and he quickly buries it under the ground, or tries to. At the end of the day, it gets burnt anyway. So the halacha is, once Reuven set that fire and it consumed something that was tamun, that was hidden, Reuven no longer has to pay Shimon. So as a result of Levi's action, Shimon now is out money. So Rav Ashi says that was the case. Tamun itmar. Mishum t'shavia tamun be'esh, because Levi made this item into tamun be'esh. It was hidden with fire. Therefore, Reuven did not have to pay. Therefore, Shimon's out money. Therefore, Levi is patur b'dinei adam, but still chayav b'dinei shamayim. Amar, case number 3. Hasocher edei sheker. Right, you go ahead and you hire false witnesses. Hey, tell me what happens here. If he said that he did it for his own good, the Reuven hired 2 witnesses to testify that he doesn't owe money to Shimon, that he paid him back, even though he really owes Shimon $1 million. Right, then Reuven should have to compensate Shimon the $1 million. If any court would paskin, any court would rule that Reuven has to go ahead and pay the $1 million to Shimon. So it must be a case where Reuven hired the 2 witnesses not for his own benefit, but for his friend's benefit. So again, Shimon borrowed $1 million from Levi. Levi claims the money from Shimon. Reuven hires 2 witnesses to testify that Shimon already paid back. And apparently, after that episode, Shimon flies to Fiji or to Japan. I will assume also the witnesses fly to Japan. And so the only one left is Reuven. Says Rabbi Yeshua, Reuven is patur b'dinei adam because he did not directly benefit and he did not directly harm, take money from Levi. But b'dinei shamayim, he has to compensate Levi for the lost money. Case number 4 is that he knows edut, he knows testimony for his friend, that can help him, and he withholds the testimony. Says Gemara B'mayiskin, and what are we talking about over here? If we're talking about that he's one of 2 Eidim, and had he shown up to the Beit Din would have ruled in favor of this chaver. So, for instance, if Reuven borrowed from Shimon $1 million, Levi knows about it, Yehuda knows about it, and Yehuda shows up to court, and Levi doesn't show up to court, Pshita, of course he's chayav b'dinei shamayim. Doraita, he violated one of the Isurei Torah. Im lo yagiv nasa. If you don't give testimony, lo yagiv, if you don't say your testimony, nasa, you cover over your chet. Not cover. I'm sorry. You have to bear your avon, your chet. You did an avera. So of course the chayav b'dinei shamayim. So it says ela b'chad. We're talking about where he was the only witness. Now the halacha is if one witness comes to court. That is not good testimony, but yet it is enough to be mechayev, to obligate the person for taking a shvuah. So again, let's give an example. If Reuven goes ahead and borrows $1 million from Shimon, and Levi knows about it, and Levi withholds the testimony, had Levi gone to court and said that, yes, Reuven borrowed from Shimon $1 million, Reuven would have had to swear. And if Reuven would have had to swear, our assumption is that he would, because swearing was a serious sort of thing, that Reuven would have come forth and would have paid the money to Shimon. By Levi not coming to court and not giving his edut, Reuven now is going scot-free. He's denying the whole thing. And Reuven and Shimon can't get his money back. And therefore, in this case, Levi, who withhold the edut, has to go ahead. Apparently, Reuven at this particular point has fled to Japan. Because and Levi comes and he withholds the edut, so he's going to be patur b'dinei adam, v'yechayav b'dinei shamayim. Okay, sounds good.